but also come up important for me is I'm a really big basketball fan. I'm from Indiana, Gary, Indiana to be exact, and the Indiana Pacers are going to be in the finals, and I'm excited and scared at the same time. And I'm gonna be watching a video from a channel I really love. They're talking about just a preview of it, Thunder versus Pacers. It's gonna be a really tough one, and I like how they're gonna most likely be talking about how we got there and all the things about that. So yeah, I'm really nervous but excited. You know, Indiana hasn't been in the finals since like 2000 or 2001 when we played the Lakers and got our eye whooped. So.
And we got the matchup everyone expected, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Thunder, no surprise there here. 68 wins.
Shout out
MVP
to Synthetic
Shai
Sports,
Alexander.
man.
I'll
I love their
challenge
content.
your statement that everyone thought the Pacers would be here, though. I mean, what a fun matchup this is going to be, though.
Let's get into the bed. That was so iconic, bro. Hali got all the ore for
talking
that
about
one.
this year's NBA Finals, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on
Do
any
the same
new
with this
videos.
channel. And do the same with
So let's break down each team first, talk about how they got here, their offense, their defense. We'll start with the Thunder. Their second time being in the NBA Finals, the first time since 2012 when their young Big Three lost to the Heat. It's no surprise whatsoever. The Thunder made it here. You win 68 games. You have the MVP. There's a decent chance you're going to be in the NBA Finals. What's surprising, though, is just how quickly they rebuilt this team. 2 seasons ago, they were a lottery team. Sure, they barely missed out in the playoffs, lost in the last play-in game, but still, lottery team to 68 wins in 2 seasons is ridiculous. Yet last year, they won 57 games.
It's genuinely insane how much the Thunder have gotten so much better. And it's all thanks to Paul George. And I just recently dropped a video talking about Paul George in a fall of it. If it wasn't for Paul George and all them damn draft picks, we wouldn't have what we have right now in the Thunder. And vice versa, maybe Indiana isn't the way we are right now without trading away Paul George, or losing Paul George. So yeah, it's interesting where we're gonna have this finals matchup right now, man. The Thunder are scary. They're a scary team. They're a real scary team. I ain't gonna lie. I'm nervous.
They had that incredible breakout season, but they did show their age in the playoffs a little bit. They swept the Pelicans in round 1, fell to the Mavericks in round 2. Definitely lack of size was an issue, and playoff experience. No shame losing to that Mavericks team. They made the finals, and then during the offseason, just some great additions. You bring in some veterans, you bring in a guy with championship experience. Sam Presti, another incredible job by him.
I'm still amazed no one's thrown like $20 million at him a year to take a different job.
Presti be cooking, man. Like the way he got them draft picks and the way he didn't finesse them, bro. Whatever he getting paid, he not getting paid enough. That's all I gotta say. He not getting paid enough for sure.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the next guy who owned the Blazers do it?
Phil Knight, maybe.
Maybe. But I mean, yeah, you trade Giddey for Alex Caruso. Honestly, a trade that's kind of going down as a win-win for both sides.
I'd say so.
You bring in Hartenstein on that big deal that honestly is going to age super well because he's only on the books for next year, and then there's a team option after that. Gives you exactly what you needed inside. Some size down low. Like I said, Caruso's one of the best defenders in the NBA. Has that championship experience. Hartenstein gives you that size on the front line. You get some insurance in case Chet gets hurt, which, spoiler alert, he ended up getting hurt, and Hartenstein was huge for them. Yeah, so just 2 absolutely perfect additions to an already excellent team.
And then this season, the Thunder, led by that suffocating defense. We'll talk a bit more about that later. 68 games they won in a stacked Western Conference. You had Shai winning MVP, incredible season on both ends of the court. J-Dub, another big leap in year 3. Makes his first All-Star team. Makes all-defensive second team. Makes all-NBA third team. Chet, he only played 32 games.
It's like the thing is the Thunder are really, really good, and they're all really young. And it's kind of similar to how it was with 2011, 2012, but they're not on that same level as KD, Russ, and James, but their big 3 of Chet, J-Dub, and like Shai. Like in a couple more years, they could be on that level, and that is fucking scary. So this is the Indiana's best chance to win right now. We got to get it right now. Right now.
But he was really good when he played in the playoffs. He's playing some of the best basketball of his career, maybe his best. You have Lou Dort, all defensive first team, and then the supporting cast of Caruso, Hartenstein, Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, Kendrick Williams,
perimeter defender, perimeter just it doesn't stop.
It's not fair. They're really deep.
The defense is really scary. Like, and like the thing is, right, they don't even need to like be shooting out the park, cause like they could just like stop on defense. But we're the Pacers, and we're a better team, we're better chemistry. I hope so.
Everyone can basically shoot. You completely run away with the first seed. Not even a
competition. It is tough how they win.
You sweep the Grizzlies in round 1. Notably, you win game 1 by 51 to start this playoff run. You beat the Nuggets in round 2 in a series that, to credit Denver, they gave the Thunder all they could handle.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they dropped game 1 thanks to that Aaron Gordon 3-pointer. Thunder win game 2 big though, but lose game 3 in Denver. That was the game that Shai is, smiling as he left the court. I think that was a moment that everyone looked at. It's like, okay, this is either going to be like...
farming his ass off, bro. That's what I'm scared about. He be farming with lead too much.
In like the rise of like an all-time great superstar, or just a moment everyone's gonna laugh at.
Yeah,
looking
dude
back.
Risked everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's the Stephon Diggs out on the field after the Chiefs win. Except it aged well.
Right.
Didn't age poorly.
Yeah,
OKC ties up in game 4, and then they win game 5 after Lou Dort of all players kind of bails them out on offense, getting hot, hitting a couple threes in a row. Shai ends up taking over down the stretch.
No disrespect to Lou
Denver
Dort,
wins game 6, but they get just thumped like a
crazy.
Cherokee drum in game 7. And that's really the only tough series the Thunder have had, because they followed it up by pretty easily dismantling the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. Game 4 and 5 especially, we saw just the suffocating defense on display, and that's where we're going to start with the Thunder. I mean, I know people might push back on this because like, oh, the actual like numbers aren't as great and whatnot, and scoring's higher, so it's kind of hard to compare. This is one of the best defensive units of like the last 25 years in the NBA. Like, I think the 04 Pistons are the gold standard, and these guys aren't far off.
Yeah, especially the guys they have on the perimeter. You have the best defensive rating in the regular season, best defensive rating in the playoffs, and then, like I said, the perimeter. Lou Dort, arguably the best perimeter defender in the NBA.
The Dortcher chamber.
J-Dub, one of the most versatile defenders in the NBA. Shai is a great defender. And then off the bench, like, you're getting a rest. Like, okay, the starters are out. Here come Caruso and Cason Wallace.
Yeah.
Just not fair. And then on the inside, not as strong.
Like, the thing is right also about that, the Thunder bench is right. They don't care at all. They're like, hey, we gonna lock up regardless of who you are. They don't care. They don't have no ego, and that's like the perfect basketball is whenever you guys are all playing together and there's no ego involved. Like, we're just gonna all work together to get this dub, and that's a scary team to face. Like, their bench is really tough.
But still really good. Hartenstein and Chet. We recently talked about it in our What Happened to NBA Dynasties video. Like, so much of the NBA now is hunting for mismatches. Not about who your best defender is. It's about who your worst is, because they're going to find that mismatch, get the switch.
They don't have one.
Yeah, who do you get the switch on?
So
like, if you're going from J-Dub to Lou Dort, or you're going from Shai to Caruso, like, it's just not fair.
It's not fair.
And even if you get a mismatch based on like size, like if Chet switches out onto a guard, not the worst.
Not.
Also vice versa. Caruso gets switched onto a big. We saw what he did against Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Not the worst. Like there's no like defined weakness on this team that you can attack.
Yeah, obviously the Pacers, they'll
so
look
weird,
to get Halliburton against Hartenstein. Like, that's one you can pinpoint. How much Hartenstein will play, obviously he's going to play in the series, but how much they'll play him in that double big lineup versus just going small ball, we'll have to see. If they go small ball, though, like, it's tough to find those switches, tough to find those mismatches. And then besides that, the help defense in the blitzes, it just makes life hell for opposing teams.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, watch game 5 of the Timberwolves series. Just, it's unrelenting. It's nonstop. On the offensive end, the Thunder are also quite good. Obviously, you got the MVP and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just like the
Shai, I love Shai, man. Like, he's the MVP of the league. But man, you foul baiting your ass up, man. If I see you do one bump, if I see you get a free throw in the first 2 minutes of the game, I'm done. I quit. I don't even care anymore. You got it, bro. You can have it, bro. You got it. You can have it. You can have it, gang. I don't want. That's not my ball no more. It's your ball. It's not our ball. It's your ball now. You can have it, bro. I don't even want the ball no, bro.
Definition of like a slippery finisher, someone who
it's
can
like
just
James
get around
Harden
anybody,
2.0.
gets to the line nonstop. Then you got a guy like J-Dub who just took a huge leap in his isolation scoring. He can provide a second consistent ISO score for this team. I mean, really the only weakness is outside of those two, they don't have a ton of guys that can, get their own shot. But I mean, you've surrounded those two with a bunch of knockdown shooters. Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, Caruso have been red hot in these playoffs. Chet can shoot. Cason Wallace is a decent shooter. You just got so many guys you can kick the ball out to if the defense collapses.
But now it's Pacers time. Pacers. I am a super big fan of my Pacers, and we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that chip, man. We're gonna get that ring this year. We got it, man.
Now over to the Pacers. I mean, everyone outside of the state of Indiana absolutely shocked to see them in the finals.
Everyone inside of the state of Indiana, everyone in the world, is shocked at this matchup. Even
no one expected us to be here. Absolutely no one. No one thought the Indiana Pacers were going to be in the finals. And me too. I always think we're going to fail. Like, I'm a big fan of the Pacers, but I always know like we're never going to make it far. And even now, I'm still a little scared that we're going to lose in the finals cuz like it's Indiana. Good things don't happen to us. We haven't had a championship since like 2009 with Peyton Manning. So, with the coach. So like good things don't happen here. We lost Michael Jackson. Good things don't happen in Indiana. We got Freddie Gibbs getting beat up, man. I love you, Freddie, but damn, good things don't happen here. But we need this ring. I just need one. I swear, I just need one ring. One ring, and Indiana could lose every game for the rest of their life. I just need one ring, and it'll all be fine, bro. It'll all be fine after that.
Like, 12-year-old delusional Pacer fan Timmy, who's got Tyrese Halliburton posters all over his wall. He's shocked at this.
Yeah. I mean, just like the Thunder 2 years ago. Lottery team. You win 37 games, but just quietly in the Eastern Conference, no one looking about them. They've made some great moves.
Gives hope to, us Blazer fans. It really
does.
We won 36 games this year. Maybe 2 years from now, we could be in the NBA Finals.
There we go. We'll talk about the big one here first. Sacramento Kings fans, just skip ahead 1 minute.
Not for real.
If you even clicked on the video, you're probably too traumatized to even watch this finals.
Or go cry in a corner, maybe.
Right before the 2022 NBA trade deadline, the Pacers sent out Domantas Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a 2023 second-round pick. In return, they received Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson. An absolute fleece in hindsight. It is funny at the time, and you kind of had to feel like it at the time. It felt like a win-win trade.
This was considered a win-win until I would say 5 months ago.
Yeah. The dangerous part was you're letting Halliburton go, who clearly had potential, but from the Kings' perspective, you have Fox, you already have your point guard, you need a big to pair with him. But yeah, this has aged horribly for them, and for the Pacers, it's an absolute fleece. On top of that, during the following offseason, you send out Malcolm Brogdon, you get back a group of young players that included Aaron Nesmith. I don't know.
Bro, Aaron Nesmith, bro, is
Malcolm Brogdon, you get back a group.
Aaron Nesmith, you're a godsend to this team. You do everything, but you 3-and-D, hit clutch shots. You're so good, dude. You're so good, man, and have so much trust and belief in you. You're gonna get us this win, man.
Young players that included Aaron Nesmith.
We need it.
I don't know if they viewed him as this potential, great 3-and-D player in the future, but that's what he turned out to be. Also draft Andrew Nembhard in the draft that offseason
also
with the 31st
he also played
pick.
defense.
And I gotta say, is he the biggest role player playoff riser ever?
I mean, outside of Robert Horry, but even Horry wasn't a consistent 15 points per game in the playoffs after averaging 10 points per game in the regular season. Horry came through in select moments. He had clutch moments. Nembhard has just turned into an excellent he's a good player in the regular season, and he's just an excellent player now in the playoffs.
Turning up in that
they also
playoff,
get Obi Toppin the following offseason for a future second-round pick and then a future second-round swap from the Knicks. So basically give up nothing for another consistent role player. You then swing another great trade to get Pascal Siakam from the Raptors. You give up Bruce Brown, Kira Lewis Jr., Jordan Nwora, and 3 first-round picks. So, Kevin Pritchard, the guy who swung the draft day trade for LaMarcus and Brandon Roy for the Blazers, he just, still kicking all these years later.
Yeah.
Pritch slap is back in action.
Should have held on to him, but
yeah, exactly.
whatever. Yeah, he deserves a ton of credit for just slowly building this team into a championship contender. And then last season, the Pacers, they returned to the playoffs to win 47 games. As we mentioned, you get Siakam a few weeks before the deadline. And then they went on that surprise deep playoff run. They did get lucky with injuries, but still played some great basketball. Beat the Bucks in 6 during round 1. Again, Bucks were without Giannis.
Yeah.
Even Dame missed a couple games, but you still win the series. Then you take out the Knicks in 7 during round 2. Knicks, they were falling apart. OG had the hamstring injury. Randall was out. Mitchell Robinson played 1 game. Brunson and Josh Hart will also deal with injuries, but you get to the conference finals and you are swept, but every game was pretty close and it was still a great run. And no one was saying like, oh, this is a fluke, but they definitely like benefited from their opponent's injuries, and no one saw them as a contender going into this season.
Yeah, and I mean early in this season they didn't
see, and that's the main thing with most of the playoffs finals appearances have been so far. A lot of them have just been like categorized by, we all thought we were going to get these final matchups, and as the time goes by, like everyone just gets injured and fucked up and hurt, and you get these weird ass matchups like Suns and Bucks was a weird matchup. No one expected to happen, or like LA against the Heat. Like the injuries really lock in. Like we haven't had a really anticipated like finals matchup that we actually all wanted from like the jump since like Cavs and Warriors. Ever since then, like it's never been 2 teams that we wanted to have from the beginning of the season. It's interesting when you really think about it.
Didn't start the season well. I remember Tyrese Halliburton was really struggling early in the year, but after the first of the year, they completely turned it around. 34-13 since the new year.
I blame the Olympics for that,
over that time. Defense really improved. They became a top 10 unit in the NBA. Offense continued to excel because of that blistering pace they love to play at. Even then, though, people still weren't super high on them coming into the playoffs.
No one believes in us, and I love it.
Second round at the absolute max. I mean, I picked the Bucks to beat them in round 1.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody, I need you guys to keep hating on the Indiana Pacers. We play better when you guys think we're going to lose. So keep hating. Keep telling Tyrese he's overrated. Keep saying Siakam all he do is spin. Keep saying we suck. Because every time you guys say we suck, we win. So for the love of God, keep saying we suck. We need it.
Which, I mean, wasn't even an insane pick. I saw a lot of people picking the Bucks. I picked the Pacers to win in 7. I thought, a long, close series, but they have dominated the East and have had even less issues in their path to the finals than the Thunder have had. I think the Thunder have played better teams, but still, you can't knock what the Pacers have done. You beat the Bucks in 5 during the first round. That insane comeback in Game 5 capped things off. You shocked the Cavs, beating them in 5 in round 2. Another ridiculous comeback in Game 2 of that series, and finally you beat the Knicks in 6 in the conference finals. And once again, you had maybe the greatest playoff comeback in NBA history in Game 1 of that series. So at this point, they're still heavy underdogs going into the series, but you can't doubt them at all.
You can't.
So we'll get into their offense first.
We got a
chance. The pace that this team plays at is just overwhelming. Halliburton pushes the ball up the court. Maybe at the best since Magic Johnson, honestly.
Yeah. Steve Nash is up there too, but yeah.
He is unbelievable at
He's such a great
creates mismatches in transition as the other team's trying to get back. Everyone's trying to figure out who they're defending, and you can either get, a dunk, an alley-oop, or a wide-open 3. On top of that, they got great spacing because basically everyone in their starting lineup can shoot. Halliburton, he's got the deep 3 range. Nembhard and Naismith have just hot, red hot doesn't even fully describe it. Yeah, you gotta go molten.
Josh, my boy trying to get that damn switch T. I just want to tell you, man, it's not gonna happen. No switch for you. It's over. There's no way out of this one. Shout out to So Man.
hot. They've been unbelievable. Siakam's been a great shooter. Miles Turner can hit threes. I mean, he basically ended the Cavaliers in Game 5 with that three-pointer. Yeah. So there's
everybody
no wasted
can shoot on
time,
team,
no wasted
movements. We all got
they very
burners
much
on this
remind
team,
me of, and they're not as good as this team, but they remind me of the 2014 Spurs, where it's just they give up good shots for better shots. Like no wasted movement. Ball barely ever hits the ground except when it needs to. Like they just play such a free-flowing, fluid offense out there, and it's so great to watch and so difficult to stop.
Yeah, it's so refreshing to see, like when the ball barely hits the floor and they get buckets in transition. It's just beautiful. On the defense, the Pacers are also very versatile. Not to the level the Thunder are, but
we can't switch
they can
everything.
still switch. Nesmith and Nembhard, they're great defenders. Siakam can guard inside, he can guard outside. Miles Turner has mobility if he gets switched onto a guy. Like, it's not great, but it's not the worst. Yeah, so, you know, they're not as good on defense as the Thunder are, but still very underrated. And they got some guys they can throw at Shai and J-Dub.
Not for sure. All right, but let's see what synthetic, who they pick.
Finally, let's give our predictions. The Thunder, by the way, they swept the season series 2-0. They won in Indiana in late December in a game where Shai dominated, and they picked up another win in late March. My pick is going to be Oklahoma City in 6 games. I think the Thunder are just flatly the better team, just top to bottom. I think they are the better defensive unit. I trust Shai as like an offensive engine, slightly more than Halliburton. That's not to say Halliburton's bad by any means. I think Shai is a little bit better. And as great as the Pacers have been this playoff run with all their comebacks and their insane shooting and whatnot, I have to think at a certain point that will come back down to earth a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit reminiscent of the 2023 Heat, where they had that amazing run through the Eastern Conference. You know, guys like Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson were just shooting out of their minds in the first 3 rounds, and then they got to the NBA Finals, and they just regressed a little bit, just enough that they weren't able to recreate the same magic. I still think Indiana makes this a compelling series. I actually think they're going to win Game 1.
Okay.
I think they win Game 1, but I think they eventually fall in 6 games.
I'm basically on the same page, but I'm going to say Thunder in 5. I wanted to say Thunder in 6 just out of respect to Indiana. They've been great. I can see them stealing a game or 2, but in my heart, deep down, I'm like, the Thunder are just so dominant. It feels like they're going to win this series in 5. I think the main thing is, like, how much can the Pacers push the pace? How much can they score in transition?
We're done with the video now. I'm not going to let you just go say we're going down in 5. All right. This is the Haters Twist prediction. The Indiana Pacers are going to win in 7. We're winning in 7. You hear me? Winning in 7 games. It's going to be a long and hard-fought battle, but Pacers in 7. I would say 6, but I'm scared. So Pacers in 7. But yeah, shout out to Synthetic Sports. It's going to be the end of that video. Gonna give you a good overview of how both teams have made it to where they are right now. Both of these teams have basically got it out the mud of how they're making their team, either by draft picks or by really good trades, like a lot. Because Indiana, you know, we never get good draft. We haven't had a top 10 draft pick or like a top 5 draft pick in forever. So. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. They're recording this on Wednesday, and so tomorrow, Thursday, is when they're going to have the first game of the finals, and I can't wait for that. It's going to be fun and interesting.